discovered?
Okay, so a lot of people ask me how I got into chiropractic in the first place and what chiropractic is all about. And I first got into chiropractic when I was about 16 years old. I had a job at UPS where I was moving boxes, bending, twisting, pushing, pulling, and one night I heard a pop come from my low back, and I couldn't get up very well. I had some pain that was shooting down into my legs, down into the bottoms of my feet, and into my toes. And the first thing I did is I went to see our family doctor. And our family doctor is a great guy. He did what he was supposed to do. He put me on Vicodin, he put me on Flexeril, and he sent me home for bed rest. And for those of you that have spinal injuries, these are a couple of the worst things that you can ever do if you have a spinal injury, is to drug yourself and lay down. That's what they recommended for me. And I got a lot worse, much, much worse, to a point where I couldn't even get out of bed. I could not put on my shoes and socks without severe pain. Well, after this went on for a few weeks, they had suggested that I go see a surgeon. But before I did that, my grandfather, who had seen chiropractors for years, said, "Hey Max, go try a chiropractor before you do that." So I went to see this chiropractor. He examined me. He took some x-rays. None of this hurt, by the way. And he explained that I had a bone out of place in my low back that was putting pressure onto a nerve. And those nerves go down into your legs, they go into your feet, and they go into your toes. And in my case, it was some pretty severe pressure. So he adjusted me. And if you've never had an adjustment before, this was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it gave me what I do for a living now. It was the first relief that I had had in several months. I walked out of his office like the lion that had just had a thorn taken out of his paw. I fell in love with this profession. Now, the best part was yet to come, because as I was under his care and he took care of my spine, other things started to improve with my overall health. One of the things that I did not know is that if you have pressure on the nerves that come out of your neck, those go down into your arms and hands, and I didn't even tell him about this, by the way, but I had numbness in this part of my hand. And that numbness started to go away as my low back improved and I started to move better. And I happened to mention it to him one day, and he said, "Well, Max, those same nerves that went into this part of your hand, they also go into your thyroid, they go into your heart, and they go into your lungs. So if you've got the sensation back in these areas, you're also going to be able to breathe better." And unknown to me, I wasn't using my inhaler as much anymore. So this was an eye-opening experience for me. And from that, I had always wanted to be a medical doctor. From that point on, I chose that I wanted to be a chiropractor. And I went through the process of doing that, and well, that's where I am today, as I'm out at an event here in the center of Washington, and we're doing health screenings for people in the community to interest them in what I didn't know about.